Hi, everyone. Welcome to a terrific Tuesday. We are going to go ahead today and finish chapter 9. And then tomorrow, you're actually going to take a test. How exciting. Boy, that chapter flew. We're going to go ahead and begin today, though, with a joke. So, my first joke today is this: why do dragons sleep during the day? So they can fight knights. Ho, ho, ho. How about this one? What goes up and down but does not move? What goes up and down but doesn't move? Stairs. All right, share those with your family today. And let's get started. You are going in your book, and I'd like for you to tear out the next 2 pages, 579. And we start with vocab because remember, if we don't understand our vocab, we're going to have problems with solving any type of problem. We might know how to solve every problem in the world, but if you don't know what they're asking because you don't know the vocab, you're in trouble. So let's make sure we always know the vocab. We're going to start with these words that are highlighted in yellow: data, survey, tally mark, picture graph, line plot, bar graph. As soon as you heard the words, I'm sure you had a mental image of what each of those words mean. Let's start with number 1. You can collect data by asking people the same question in what would I be asking? Which one of these words work the best? Now remember, when you're filling out a vocabulary check, just like anything, I'm going to do the ones I'm absolutely certain of first. And then I'm going to go back and I'll solve the ones that I'm not quite sure about. So let's say we're not quite sure which word would fit best there. Let's go ahead and let's check out the next one. A blank uses bars to show data or data. Okay, friends, the word bar to show data tells me exactly what I need here. It's going to be a bar graph. So you need to write the word bar graph. As you're writing this, make sure you understand, can visualize what that bar graph is. Because tomorrow you'll also have a vocab test, and that vocab test will, I'm sure, have many of these words on. Number 2, numbers or symbols that show information are called. What are my numbers and symbols? What was that? Well, we're not quite sure. All right, let's come back to that. I'm going to put just a little mark there to mark off which words I've used. A blank shows how often a certain number occurs in data. Let's go to the next one. A blank uses pictures. All right. If they're using the word picture in the definition, chances are this is going to be my picture graph. So we need to write picture graph right here. Picture graph. And I'll let you go ahead and write that. Number 6. Mrs. Swin's not going to write the whole thing because it takes too long. Number 6, a blank is a mark used to record data collected in a survey. So it's a type of mark. Where do we see up here in our vocab the word mark? Bingo. If you said tally mark, you were correct. So you need to write tally mark for number 6. And I would spell that correctly because the word's right up there. And I take pride in my work. I want to make sure I spell things correctly if the word's right up there. So let's check and see which words I haven't used. Data, survey, line plot. And let's go back to my 3 blanks. Let's start with the first one. You can collect data by asking people the same question in if I'm asking everybody, I'm taking if you said survey, you are correct. So we need to write the word survey. Again, the spelling's right up there. So make sure you spell it correctly. My pen's a little fat there, so you can't tell that that's an E, but it is. How about number 3? Numbers or symbols that show information are called, if it's a number or a symbol to show information. And if you're still not sure, go to the next one. A blank shows how often a certain number occurs in data or data. Which do you think? All right. If you want to, I'm going to put it so that it's a little bit clearer here. You've got your data. Numbers or symbols, you have your data that shows the information. Remember, a line plot shows how often a certain number occurs. So that's where we've got the number line. That might be your way to remember this. A line plot uses a number line. So use those clues, though that's using strategic testing. When I look at the definitions and I see part of my vocab in that definition. Let's turn to the next page. On the next page, eek, don't look at the answers. I hope all of you had your eyes closed. On the next page, we have our concept checked. So on the concept check part, it says use the tally chart to make a picture graph. Here's my tally charts using my tallies. Now I have to make a picture graph. I'm going to underline that. I want to make sure I do the right thing. Picture. That means I need to draw a picture that would be similar to that item. So in this case, I'm going to first try to draw a baseball. Baseballs are round. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to draw 4 baseballs. Again, Mrs. Swint gives it a good try, right? You try to keep them as close to what they should look like. And they should be probably uniform. How about a football? So I'm going to go ahead and make my football. I'll use black and go ahead. In football, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tally marks. So you need to draw 4 footballs. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a picture. It is a picture of a football, or as close as Mrs. Swint can get. Next, we have hockey. All right, hockey, I only have 2. I'm going to just go ahead and make like a little hockey stick so that it looks like a little L. It's easy to do, easy to see. And last but not least is my volleyball. The volleyball, I have 3 tally marks, so 3 people. And on my volleyball, I'm just going to do like a circle again. Volleyballs are round in shape, as close to round. By the way, remember how important it is in this case. Each pitcher represents 1 vote. I will tell you there are going to be times where it'll say key. Each pitcher represents 2 votes. If that's the case, then this would not be 4. It would have been 2, 4, 6, 8. My hockey would have been 2, 4. But they're telling us in this particular picture that, yes, each pitcher is just 1 vote. Let's go down to the next part. It says, using the picture graph above, complete the sentences. How many students were surveyed? We know how many pictures were surveyed, how many students were surveyed by the number of pictures or the number of tally marks. You guys can add. Take your time. Don't mess it up. It's an easy one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I wanted to double check myself to make sure I was correct, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. I checked myself, and I want to make sure I have that right answer because that's so important. How many students like hockey or football? The question is, you're comparing hockey or football. How many like hockey or football? Well, I can go ahead and I look here and I know hockey, there were 2 people. And for football, there are 4 people. Make that 2 a little bit better as a 2. So 2 plus 4 would simply be 6. Let's take a look at number 10. It says use the tally chart to make a bar graph. Have you been to the zoo? All right, taking a look, yes. I know when I have tally marks and there's one line that is crossed over, this represents 5. So I can skip count by 5. 5, 10. There are 10. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 10 on my bar graph. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the bar. I should mark for my nose. It looks like for nose, we just have 1. Let's put it in just a different color too to make it even easier. So for our bar graph we have created, and these are vertical bars. Remember, they can be columns, they can go horizontal, or vertical. And I'm sorry, this is a horizontal bar. They're going horizontally like the horizon, horizontal. But your bar graphs can also go vertical. Mrs. Swin needs a little more coffee, evidently, this morning. Let's go ahead and answer our questions. How many students have been to the zoo? How many students total have been to the zoo? Well, I had 10 that have been to the zoo. So I can go ahead. How many have been to the zoo? 10. How many more students have been to the zoo than have not been to the zoo? So now I'm comparing 10. Only 1 has not. The question they're asking is, how many more have been to that zoo? So I need to say 10 minus 1 is 9 more have been, 9 students have been to the zoo than have not been to the zoo. All right, let's go ahead and turn the page. On the next page, we have Taylor. Taylor asked 12 friends to name their favorite number. 5 friends said 4. 6 friends said 1. 1 friend said 2. They want us to use this data to make a line plot. We know a line plot starts with a number line. We know in order to create the numbers, I'm going to look at the smallest and the largest number in my word problem. So she asked 12 friends to name their favorite. 5 said 4. That's going to be important. 6 said 1. And 1 said 2. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. The smallest number would have been 1. The largest number is 4, and they've just created them a little bit on each side, a little give here and there. 5 friends said 4. I need to take and make my X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I represent the 5 friends with 5 X's over the number 4. 6 friends said 1. So I go over to 1, the number 1, and now I'm going to do 1, 2, and I really watch so that this represents 3. It should be right next to the 3 over here. 4, 5 should be lined up exactly like the 5 over here. which is pretty good. Now I'm going to add 6 because 6 friends. I like that number 1 because we're number 1. One friend said 2. Okay. Let's make sure I've got everybody accounted for. There were 12 friends. Do I have 12 X's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Looks like I have 12 friends. I have completed the data or the data on the line plot. Number 14, a tricycle has 3 wheels. A bike has 2 wheels. How many wheels are there on 4 tricycles and 3 bikes? All right, let's go ahead. We have a tricycle with 3 wheels. A bike has 2 wheels. The question we have to solve is how many wheels are there on 4 tricycles and 3 bikes? Well, this isn't hard because I am going to use, a model. So here's a tricycle. My first tricycle, a bike says I have 4 tricycles. Okay, 4 tricycles. Tricycle has 3 wheels. 1, 2, that's my second tricycle. My third tricycle. My fourth tricycle. I have 3 bikes. Bikes only have 2. There's 1 bike, 2 bikes, 3 bikes. Now you could have done one. I could do tally marks here. There's 3. This might represent 3. And then I could eventually count them all, just representing the wheels because that's what they're asking for. So I'm going to just go ahead and draw something like that. And then I need to add all of these together because they are asking how many of something. So I need to use the operation addition. I know 3 plus 3 is 6. And 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 3, and if I wasn't sure, count the wheels, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You have 18 wheels. This is something that you could have done some skip counting. I could have said 2, 4, 6. I added these first and would have gotten 6. And then I could have added 6 to my 12. It's whatever works for you. Check it. Always check. And if you have the right answer, perfect. There are 4 giraffes at the zoo. Each giraffe has 4 legs. How many legs are there in all? Again, I know there's 4 giraffes. I know they all have 4 legs. I simply could do the same thing I did with the wheels. There's my first giraffe. Giraffe number 2. Giraffe number 3. Whoops. I lost my 4th giraffe. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He's hiding. Let's try him. Giraffe number 4. Remember, if you ever see anything in parentheses, I'm going to do that first. So 4 plus 4 is 8. I'm going to go ahead and do this because it's going to be easier to add. This is 8. 4 plus 4 here, 8. Now I simply have to add my doubles, 8 plus 8. We all know 8 plus 8 is 16. Thumbs up. You got it. All right, let's go on. The reflection page is something generally we haven't done a lot in school, but I believe that you can do this. So I want you to do the reflection page today. I want you to go onto the back side and try to do this brain builder. It's called letter counts. Research how many letters are in the names of the months in a calendar year. Record your research in there. So you need to find a calendar around the house. Or if you're on your computer right now, if you go down to the bottom of the computer where generally it will show you the time and the day, you can click on that and it's going to show you, here's March. It tells you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can pull up each of those months and count how many letters are in each of those names. So you don't need mom or dad or a caregiver to help you with that. Look around. I think you could probably find a calendar. Create the tally marks over on the right-hand side. And on the bottom part A, it says complete the following bar graph. So number letters in the month's name. How many months have 5 or fewer? Is there just 1 month that would be 5 or fewer? 2 months? 3 months? How about how many months have 6 or fewer letters? And how many months have 7 or more? All right, you guys have fun with that. Your test will come tomorrow. I may add a little extra with that. We'll see. But right now, enjoy your Tuesday, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.